Hello, everybody, from my heart to yours. This is Teza with another Mind Stiller. And, ooh, I can hear the engine revving up outside. Somebody's got a motorcycle. Rum, rum. You know, on the outside, things are really different. But on the inside, this is where we're going today. This is the tick-tock adventure, the dance of the heart inside of us. And that's what we share. And that's what my gift is to you as a spiritual activist, as a spirit activist. I am actively sharing my love for spirit, not the adjective, like just because I'm an activist doesn't mean I'm a spiritual person. It means that what I share about helps us come out of the ordinary, superficial, materialistic, out there stuff into what I call the real nitty-gritty, into the magic shop, right? The real magic of life. So today, this Mind Stiller is the first in 2022, and guess what? I have a broken leg. You can't see it because it's on the inside, but I'm sitting here in front of my walker. The walker is where my tripod is, with ice on my surgered femur. Hey, life happens, right? We all go through trauma. We all have crises. We all have challenges. We all are called upon to be at the very highest of our abilities if we want. And those of us who like to feel really alive, which is what I like, we take even so-called mishaps, challenges, catastrophes, pandemics, horribleness, whatever you call it, disease, death even, as another way of experiencing the magic of life. Because the magic of life is about our mind. Where is our mind at? Our mind is everything. And we want to bring the mind into the heart chamber, because when the heart and the mind are connected, for we physical beings, then we experience things at a much, much higher level, much more comfortable level, much more bearable level. And even catastrophes and mishaps and crises and terrible things do not set us back that much. I mean, okay, we're human. We have to grieve. We have to cry. I cried like I've never cried before when I had this terrible accident. It was a construction accident. It was a two-way operation between my husband, my dear husband, and myself, having challenges, and I succumbed to a construction situation that crashed my cap of my femur, which is the very most fragile part of a person's leg. And I now have one big bolt and two screws in there holding my beautiful leg together. And as soon as the surgery happened, relief came and healing began. And now I'm in the recovery mode. So for those of you who are in the middle of crises, hang on. Know that the period of time when you suffer from crises or trauma or whatever you call it, a repetition of something, that will come to a time where you can have an opportunity to go into another place where the healing begins. And that's what we're going to focus on today, for the beginning of this wonderful new year, 2022. My heart sends love to your heart. My entire being sends comfort, whatever I can offer you in my injured state. I'm pretty much a cripple right now, and I will be for weeks, hopefully not months, hopefully just weeks. ahead. So as we view what's going on in our world, with our own personal life, with the outside world, let's look at it all as the same story. What happens to me happens to you. What happens to us happens to the political realm, the economic realm, the military realm, the environmental realm. We are all connected through the consciousness that is divine in its origin. That means like mysterious. We don't know where it comes from. We don't know what it's all about. It's magical, this consciousness thing, but it's real. And those of you who've been following my efforts, my gifts, the mind stillers that I do, the books that I offer, the group of sending out universal love in Facebook. Facebook, yes. I go there so seldomly, I don't even know where it is. It's called We Are One Love. That was the impetus for making these videos, so that I would have a meditation to share. But then I decided I don't do Facebook that much, so I need to bring my efforts to the world. So that's why I was first inspired to do these by the group that I began. Thank you so much, beautiful Facebook, for inspiring me. And thank you, beautiful friends who asked me to start the group. And thank you, my whole life, my upbringing, my education, my travels, my wandering, my experiences that have brought me to this moment right here, where I get to share what I have experienced with you. And we can leapfrog together. If I'm in a place that's a little happier today, that's just the circumstances. If you are the next time in a happier place, then you can help me. And we help each other by leapfrogging and helping each other. And those who are not as agreeable with what is going on in reality, let's help them. Let's not criticize them. Let's not point fingers at them and say they're wrong, or they don't see things the way I see them. They're just at a different level of understanding. And life is just one leapfrog of the next until we all realize that we're evolving together as a blended human family that's inhabiting right now planet Earth. Who knows where we came from? Who knows where we're headed? But right now, right this moment, we are here together in these bodies, having this experience of mind and body and spirit. So as always, let's focus on our breath. Breathing is the key to consciousness, awareness, mindfulness, whatever you call it, magic. If your breathing is your friend and you have made friends with your breath, and you feel like you're riding your breath, like almost like it's a beautiful horse, and you're on top of the horse called breath, and you feel it coming into you and ennobling you and strengthening you and giving you courage and also guiding you. And then when you release your breath, you travel, you relax, you become one with everything there is. The breath is that powerful and that magical, believe me. All it takes is just having the attention on the breath in and the breath out. That's all it is. There's no trick. There's no formula. There's no, oh, you have to number do it this way. And yes, there are helpful hints. It's nice to know that the diaphragm is working like this, like a pump. And it's nice to know that if you come in through your nose, it's going to be more beneficial. But if your nose is plugged up with a cold, just breathe and release and let out whatever it is that you feel you're holding in. Like me, for instance. I'm going to be very honest here. I've had a lot of poor me's about this accident. I've cried and I went through shock, and I was not expecting to ever have an injury like this, where it's so traumatic that I basically am helpless. Thank God I have a loving spouse who has volunteered to be my nurse. It's a big job being a nurse. You have to have all these attention to detail things going on. So I've had to surrender to the fact that my life has changed. I didn't plan it, I don't want it, but it's happening and it is here. And if I don't accept it, I'm going to be miserable. And by accepting it, I feel happier. I feel I can do this. I feel stronger. I feel like not wasting my energy crying and moping and wondering why and all that stuff. It just takes so much energy to go into those realms that I call negative. But I'm human, so I'm not going to say I was wrong to go and cry a bunch, even this morning. And the accident happened 5 days ago. And I'm not so much into the poor me's right now. But this morning I had a bout of, is there something I'm supposed to learn from this accident? Yes, there is. But do I have to know it right now? No, because my job right now is to get well. And to get well, I have to maintain a very high level of health, breath, rejuvenating my body with prana, we call it in the yoga world. Prana, the life force, prana, which is also consciousness. Breath, which gets stifled and clogged when we're under stress. My job is to totally relax. I am still on pain pills, so the relaxation part, thank God for modern medicine. I won't put it down ever. Without modern medicine, I wouldn't be here probably because of other situations. We are all a product of our experiences. We are not from another generation. We are from right now. And we are not of the future yet. We are here in this moment. This is where the divine energy is. And when we tap that divine energy, that is the place of the highest experience, the highest possible sensations of fulfillment and okayness and sensation and acceptance. I could go on. I'm thinking of a little video that a friend shared of me of her experiencing what it was like to really take a heavy dose of chilies. Okay, now, if you're listening, Marty, I have to just talk about this for a moment. So apparently there's some kind of challenge going on where if you take a big bunch of chilies or wasabi or something that's just going to blow your brains out, it's beneficial because when it stops, you feel the relief, the surge, the energy, the spiritual high, whatever they're calling it. People, please, friends, This is just like throwing yourself out of an airplane without the parachute. You don't have to do that to experience the divine that is our human gift within us at every single moment. We don't have to ingest stuff that blows our brains out, and we feel such relief when the pain stops that we get high from it. No, we don't have to do that. Please don't do that. I mean, you could do yourself some serious harm. You could have liver damage or a heart attack, etc., etc. So now I'm not disparaging my friend or anyone who wants to experiment with those things. I did that in my youth. I took what I call jungle drugs. I took ayahuasca, peyote, mushrooms, LSD, you name it, I took it because I was looking for the ultimate experience, which people are still looking for every day, every moment, everywhere. But I'm here to tell you, and it's not just because I am the age I am, it's because I have had the experiences and I can share them with you. And just like you can read, it used to be in the encyclopedia, but today it's on Google. You don't have to go out there and research everything. You can type in and find out what's going on by asking the questions. And I can tell you, if you were asking me, I'm just going to assume you're curious, how can I have the ultimate experience in life and to feel connected to the divine energy, the spiritual energy, and not be brought down by whatever glue, stuckness, awfulness, the mud, the muck, the density of our human experience? How can we do that? And that is what a mind stiller is all about, what I give you as a gift. Sometimes we do it with sound, and I chant a little for you. I'll chant a mantra for you. That's one way. Sometimes I do it with a visualization. That's another way. Sometimes we do it by slowly going into a journey together, like a storybook. That's another way. But I can tell you for sure you can do it anytime you want, within a moment, if you relax first by breathing. And that takes care of the physical. Even with my broken femur, and even though I'm iced and my walker is right in front of me, I can totally relax because I have accepted my situation. I'm not in anger about it. I'm not blaming anyone for it or anything. I have accepted that it's happening. And there's a time factor. I have to accept the healing that goes along with having had the experience of brokenness. So my mind has come to a place of stillness through watching my breath and noticing that there are no interruptions, like the waves. If your mind is like the analogy of an ocean, the waves of thought have settled down, and I do not have any disruptions to what's happening in life. And my ocean of thought has come to a place of stillness, acceptance, beingness, wellness, expansion, brilliance, comfortableness, joy, bliss. This is what it's like. The mind has become still. And then the next step, the breath has also made the body absolutely relaxed. Sometimes the body has to relax first and then the mind. When you have an injury, I think you really have to relax the mind first, because for the last couple of days I've had to tell myself, relax. Being tense makes it worse. Relax, relax, relax. And the breath and the mind relax both the body and the mind. Then comes opening the heart. And sometimes our hearts are closed because we've let them be closed for various reasons. And you don't have to think about it in order to just say, open to all possibilities. Just do it. You do not have to figure out every single little problem, every single little thing that happened to you, every single little thing that is bothering you. You don't. You do not have to go to a shrink for years. You do not have to continue reading self-help books, except mine. They're not self-help. They're beautiful stories. But to be inspired by good people, good stories, good food, good thoughts, good music, good dance, good living, even in the middle of a pandemic. That's your choice. And to choose to open a heart that feels closed, and you know what I mean if you have one. No, it has to be this way. No, it's got to be my way. No, no, no. It keeps saying judging thoughts, but toss them out of your head and relax. Let your breath lead you to that place of relaxation. And just open your heart. Will it so. Make it so. And it shall be. It's really that simple. Once the mind and the body are relaxed and the heart has been opened, you are in this divine place. And the more you practice it, the quicker you get there and the longer you can stay there, but you will be there. Now, in this state, you can either just enjoy it, which is really delicious. Just imagine being immersed in the most profoundly joyous experience you could ever have on earth. And that's what it's like when you just accept that your humanness is a spiritual experience. And you can get there by doing the mind and the body quieting through breath, not thinking. Don't even try to engage thinking. It won't work. And then once the mind and the body feel open and quiet and calm and restful, easeful, visualize just like that. When I first felt my heart opening, it was like my gates were so stuck closed. I felt them like a rusty gate. And then finally, boom! They burst open. It was amazing. And every single time I want to be there, the same amazement happens. But I don't have the rustiness. I just say, no expectations, no judgment, no thinking I know, because those who know don't know, and those who allow themselves to not know, know. And while you're in this state of openness, you can plant a seed of intention, if you wish. Right here, I'm going to plant mine. My successful healing, my beautiful recovery, my loving of myself, my strong body being healed, my beautiful mind relaxing in this time of recovery and dependency on others, and my spirit forever soaring no matter what trials, tribulations, or catastrophes happen to it. Nothing can affect my spirit that is one with all through love, love, love. Loving my own self first allows me to be expanded to everything and everyone and accept whatever comes as beautiful and the divine blueprint of my existence. And I can work with that. I can work with that energy and enjoy it. So this beautiful state that we have achieved together, we can take out into the world now and spread it to everyone. Not just those you like or love, but to everyone. Because the world needs as much help, healing, and love as it can possibly muster. And we are all in the family of humanity. And there's no saying, I don't like what's going on. It's what's going on. Like, I don't like the broken leg, but it's going on. I accept it. I don't like to have to accept it, but I'm accepting it. And will I ever come to a place and say, I needed it to find out something about myself? That's the mystery. That's the magic. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it's like a comet. Whew! It had to happen. There are some things that remain unanswered in life, and that is the joy and the splendor and the magicalness of our being here as humans. So enjoy this beautiful state as much as you can, because it's precious and it will change everything in your life. The more you visit the spiritual relaxation, recovery place, the healing place, the natural place, this is your true being. This is the way you were before you were born, while you were floating around in that fetal soup in your mother's womb. You were pure consciousness, developing all these things, the arms, the legs, the nose. Before you were anything, you were pure consciousness. And after this physical has worn itself out, you will forever be pure consciousness. Forever. Trust me, I know this. I'm not speculating. So gently bring yourself to the awareness of your surroundings. It's always good after a little meditation session to connect with your breath, of course, and take a moment and gaze at everything in your environment or perimeter, within your view, and you will sense how everything is the oneness of consciousness, not just what's happening in the heart and the mind and the spirit, but everywhere this consciousness permeates. So we see and we feel, and as we gradually come back into our ordinary life, we take this wonderful sensation of the one consciousness that we are everywhere we go. It's like a backpack we carry with the assurance that it is true and it is real and it's divine and it's delicious, and it will save us from despair. I have had bouts with despair this week. I've never really talked about despair, my own despair, with mind stillers. I know many people have experienced despair, especially during the pandemic. But this is the time that I'm sharing with you that you do have a choice. You do not have to go down that road of despair. Give yourself a little time if you need to cry, if you need to feel shook up, and then realize you have a choice. And just do not go near the despair as much as you can, and go for the divine. Choose the divine. Choose love. Choose to be your higher self, and choose to share it with whoever and in whatever way you can, with everyone and everything. My blessings go to all of you for this beautiful year. So many people have said, what a way to start the year, but hey, I'm okay. This is a great way to start the year with a broken femur cap. It's just my year. I think it's a beautiful year already. How about you? Om Namah Shivaya. The divine is within you, and you are the divine. We are all one. Until next time, my friend.